It's Press Pass with Jack Ebling, Mid-Michigan's spirited sports debate. Now let's get talking sports. Here's Jack.
Great evening, Mid-Michigan and beyond, and welcome to Press Pass here on Fox 47. I believe we are done with impeachments for a while, but not with frigid temperatures. In either case, it's time to meet Team 385. Rico Beard, longtime Detroit radio and TV personality, Specs Howard, broadcast instructor, recruiting insider, and co-host of the Mike Valeni Show with Rico on 97.1 The Ticket. How are you, Rico?
Jack, I'm doing good, trying to stay warm. Got to be doing a lot better than the Michigan State basketball team, I will tell you that.
You know, last year at just about this time when we had that ridiculously frigid snap, I took a 5-day trip down to South Florida to see Lorenzo White. One of the best trips I've ever taken. I'd like to do it again.
Yeah, I think anywhere besides here is just ridiculously cold. But I'll take cold weather if that means no more impeachment stuff.
Well, it was so cold in Breslin Center yesterday, too, but we'll get to that in just a minute. Also want to welcome in Tom Crawford, Blue Belly Tom, my broadcast partner, coming up on 19 years. And he is a diehard Michigan fan and follower, a regular contributor to thewolverine.com. He's a creator of the Crawford Podcasting Network. How are you, Tom?
Well, I'm in a really good mood today, and happy Valentine's Day to everyone. The fact that Michigan had not played a basketball game since January 22nd, and 23 days later they played. I'm just happy to have them play. And then they had a nice come-from-behind victory over Wisconsin up in Madison. So happy Valentine's Day to everyone.
Rico, we know that Michigan is now officially a basketball school. We were going to have Carlton Valentine on the show tonight for Valentine's Day, but he is in Des Moines, Iowa, and Drake had a back-to-back series there with Loyola. His son Drew is a coach for the Ramblers, and a couple of very interesting games there, a split in that series. So instead, we have the two panelists who have been on more than any others for the first 384 shows and getting close to 400, guys.
Must be doing something right, Rico.
That must be, and Tom, enjoy it. This is your day today, man. You guys are officially a basketball school. Yeah, good luck to you.
Not a football school anymore.
We're going to talk a lot of Big Ten basketball. We'll also talk about some of the Detroit pro sports. We have a very special guest. Mitch Zajac is going to be with us talking about Michael Smith Memorial Stadium and much more coming up here on Press Pass.
Have you been planning your country dream home? Greenstone can help make it happen. Our construction loans connect you with what you need, from home sites on acreage of any size to do-it-yourself and fully contracted projects. We'll help you finance and build your dream. And with 31 Michigan locations, we're close to where you are and where you want to be. To learn more and get started today, visit greenstonefcs.com. Greenstone, your country lending experts.
The Holt and Diamondale Insurance Agency works with all of its clients, like the Howard Hanna real estate executives, to protect your risks. Auto owners insurance provides flexible coverage for personal, professional, and farm insurance needs. Call your hometown team today.
For 110 years, the City Rescue Mission has been blessed to serve in Michigan's capital area through depressions, pandemics, and social uncertainty. Today, we look at the growing need for food, shelter, and hope, and we realize that this is our opportunity to do more, now and into the next 110 years. Join the City Rescue Mission and help create the next chapter of hope in our community. Be a rescuer.
Illuminate your home with Capital Lighting of East Lansing. Our beautiful selection of fixtures will make your whole house shine. We have thousands of styles and finishes available, from modern looks to classic designs. Visit today at Capital Lighting of East Lansing, where bright ideas begin.
All you gotta do is hang on.
911, Monday on Fox.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Call it a sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make Mid-Michigan a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Going Green segment, brought to you by Graf Chevrolet and Graf Nissan, side by side on West Grand River in Okemos. With 107 years in the automobile business, they'll take great care of you. They have on all 7 of my leases and purchases. For a new or used vehicle, go green, go Graf.
Embarrassed. That was a poor performance, and I have 2 people to blame. Coach of the Spartans, Tom Izzo, and God, I got to give credit to, in that first 9 minutes, I think, Murray hit 2 threes, he's under 30%, and McCaffrey hit 2 threes, and he's under that. And I think Nunge hit 1 3, and he's 31%. We were picking our poison, as I told you. We were gonna do a better job on Garza, which I guess in some ways we did a better job on Garza. But I warned you guys and myself that you don't want to be taking away the 2 and give up 3s. Now the 3s we gave up.
There you see Tom Izzo assessing blame for what happened yesterday in an 88-58 loss for the Spartans at Breslin Center to the Iowa Hawkeyes. And Izzo was right. Spartans picked their poison, and Iowa brought plenty of arsenic to Breslin. Rico, how did the Spartans go from this team that was 6-0 and ranked 4th in the country, and now they are 4-8 in Big Ten play?
Jack, I think something happened on that game against Wisconsin on Christmas Day. They've really never been the same since. And now when you look at this team, they don't believe that they can win. I mean, you see the body language of players sitting on the bench and in games, and they just look so disenfranchised. Like they're hoping to win, they want to win, but they don't know how to win anymore. And that is very problematic. You saw what happened the last time they played Iowa. They came out on fire. So It's still there. I just don't know how they're going to get it back.
Tom Crawford, MSU did just enough for a 2-point win over Penn State Tuesday night. But as we look at this week, does anyone remember that? And should they?
Well, I mean, yeah, that 3 ball goes in, and it could have gone down, and then all of a sudden Michigan State is 3-9 in Big Ten play, and then you're thinking, looks like the streak's going to end. This program reminds me of Michigan football. It's unrecognizable. I mean, I never counted Tom Izzo out from making that back half run for an NCAA bid, even when he's had a few struggling years here and there. And I'm not going to, because I got to see it to believe it. But they got to get busy real quick on winning some of these games, Jack.
Tom, this is not the first or the worst MSU whipping, and we have seen this before. We saw 35-point loss and went on and played the same team in the national championship game. But why is this MSU's worst Big Ten season since 1988?
I think there are a lot of reasons, and Rico hit on a couple of them. Just that body language. I mean, there's no physicality on this team. Izzo complains, the locker room's too quiet. I don't think there's a Mateen Cleaves, banging Mo Pete's head up in the locker at halftime to all of a sudden let's get this thing going. They don't have that kind. It's not their makeup. They don't get back on defense. They don't defend. The Foster Loyer point guard situation is hugely problematic. But Jack Hoiberg, I don't know. They got a lot of problems, and they're running out of time.
Rico, can Michigan State win getting 2 points from 3-point guards?
No. That's a rhetorical question. I'm hoping, they're having a hard time. And here's the thing. I've seen teams and players in slumps, and at first I thought this team was just in a shooting slump. Yeah. I just don't think they believe in themselves anymore. And hey, this is what Izzo's going to have to do in these next 21 days if he wants to keep this streak going. He's got to get these guys to believe in themselves again.
Let's take a look at Michigan State's remaining Big Ten schedule. 8 games left if they are all played. When you look at this lineup, Rico, what's MSU's final league record, and where do you see the wins coming?
Maybe at Maryland and maybe Indiana at home. That's about it. If they could win 3 of their next 4 games, especially with Illinois and Ohio State, Jack, this is a whole different topic. We're talking next week. Maybe they can fight their way in. But this week is going to be make or break a week for them.
So you're looking at a team that could be 6-14 in the Big Ten and would have to get up to at least 8-10, maybe better than that, unless it's going to win the Big Ten tournament to have a real shot at NCAA play. We will be right back with more coming up here on Press Pass.
Call it a sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make Mid-Michigan a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
At Graf Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else, peace of mind. Every Graf used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at grafokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graf Chevrolet in Okemos.
The Ticket Machine is your local connection to concert, theater, and sporting event tickets nationwide. Our entertainment experts are ready to help you create a memorable experience, trusted by fans for more than 20 years. Whether you're looking for tickets for your corporate outing, family excursion, or vacation, we offer the best seats and the best prices. Grab a front row seat now on theticketmachine.com.
Dr. Leonard Hofstetter. Cool. Redefined.
Buy more, save more. During the fantastic 4-day sale at Furniture Row. That's 4 fantastic days to save $100 on every $1,000 you spend, plus 7 years no interest and free shipping. The fantastic 4-day sale at Furniture Row ends Monday.
BetRivers Online Casino is now taking bets in Michigan, playing amazing real money slots and table games right on your mobile phone. New members can get up to a $250 bonus on their first deposit. Play with a winner. Go to betrivers.com today.
I'm Bob Hoffman. There are inspiring stories happening all across mid-Michigan, including right here in downtown Lansing. Join me each week as I introduce you to your good neighbors.
Friday, only on Fox 47 News at 7.
It's the fantastic 4-day sale at Denver Mattress. Right now, save $100 on every $1,000 you spend. Or get the Summit Firm for only $189.99. Plus 7 years no interest and free shipping. Hurry, the fantastic 4-day sale at Denver Mattress ends Monday.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for The Big Picture, brought to you by Dean Transportation. Dean is hiring caring and dependable people as school bus drivers in many Michigan markets. Be a hero in your community and transport children to and from school with Dean. For more information and to apply, visit deantransportation.com/jobs. That's deantransportation.com/jobs. There you see the story of a very impressive Michigan win today in Madison, Wisconsin. People didn't think that was going to happen at halftime, but the Wolverines owned the final 20 minutes. Tom Crawford, you did not expect a Michigan win today. I did, but I didn't expect it to be the kind of game it was, and Michigan outscoring the Badgers by 20 points in the second half. Wasn't quite like that 69-29 lead they had over Wisconsin in Chrysler, but what did they prove today?
Well, they proved that they're a resilient basketball team. Isaiah Livers on the post-game presser talked about Juwan coming in at halftime, is smiling ear to ear, and he's clapping. He's all pumped up. There's a lot of trust in this team, from coaching staff to the players to the coaching staff, that they knew what they needed to do. They had to play some defense. It wasn't like, and they took some bad shots in the first half, and so they started driving the basketball, and they got an amazing effort out of Hunter Dickinson, Jack and Rico, who had been struggling actually a few games before the pause, and he came up with 11 points, 15 boards, and 5 blocks. He had a rebound. He was way under the basket, speared out of the air, rotated, delivers, hits a big three with a couple minutes to go, puts the Wolverines up by 2. Making big plays. There were just a lot of contributions. Shawnee Brown gets the game ball for scoring his 1,000th point, even though most of that was at Wake Forest. That's the kind of guy Juwan Howard is. He's taking these 2 transfer seniors along, and then Isaiah Livers getting great leadership.
As you mentioned, Tom, Livers with 20 points today and Dickinson with 15 rebounds. Rico, if we look at the updated Big Ten standings until tonight's Minnesota-Maryland game, what do you see there? And is it possible that Juwan Howard will get the Big Ten championship in his second year of coaching that he could not get in 3 seasons with the Fab Five?
Well, I think the Ohio State's going to be a big game, Jack. Here's what may hurt Michigan is what everybody else has to do. If they have to go, like Nebraska, I believe, is playing 6 games in 11 days. When you got to go on that NBA schedule and play a lot of back-to-back games, or, playing games, one day today and then playing another one tomorrow, that's going to hurt you as far as the fatigue factor. So I think that's pretty much the only thing that's going to stop Juwan Howard from winning this. But it looks like he will probably get this thing locked up, because by actually sitting out, they gained that gap widen against the rest of the Big Ten.
Tom, when we get to mid-February, that means it is time that we can seriously start talking about the NCAA tournament, and Fox did a good job of that this weekend. When you think about what this all means, how do the Wolverines stack up against the Gonzagas and the Baylors of college basketball?
Well, when I saw the Zags beat Iowa in December, I thought, wow, they're really good. But they're beating up on San Francisco's and Pepperdine's, and the WCC is not that competitive. So it's not, it's not the Zags. It's not even Scott Drew's Baylor team. I mean, even though they're number 1 in offensive efficiency, they're playing the Big 12. It's Ohio State that concerns me. This is a really, really good team. Dwayne Washington, EJ Liddell, they got some great players on that team, and I'm concerned that that's the game next Sunday at 1 o'clock on CBS that could have a lot to do with who wins the Big Ten title. Plus, I'll make this prediction: the winner of the Michigan-Illinois game will get at least a share when those 2 teams play.
Okay, Rico, are you buying or selling a Wolverines win over Gonzaga or Baylor in the Final Four in Indianapolis?
It's no offense to the Wolverines, but those 2 teams are just kind of playing at a different level. It's those 2 and everybody else. Michigan is showing me, though, they can make it very competitive. If they get, what I saw out of Isaiah Livers, it could happen.
All right. We will be right back, and we're going to talk about talent acquisition for Michigan State football and basketball up next.
Come on down to Grow Generation for all your grow supply needs. We've got it all, from organic nutrients and soils to state-of-the-art hydroponic equipment and lights. Grow Generation has the best product selection, service, and solutions in the industry. Ask about Sunleaves, our in-house line of nutrients, or check out our brand new Ion 720-watt LED light fixture. Whether you're a novice or a pro, Grow Generation is your one-stop shop for all grow supplies. Grow Generation, where the pros go to grow.
What's so fantastic about the fantastic 4-day sale at Denver Mattress? Well,
That's 4 fantastic days to save $100 on every $1,000 you spend.
4 days of fantastic prices, like the Summit Firm, only $189.99. Or how about fantastic deals with up to $500 off select Tempur-Pedic mattress sets, plus a free $300 Furniture Row gift certificate.
And the most fantastic of all, get 7 years no interest and free shipping.
Hurry, the fantastic 4-day sale at Denver Mattress ends Monday.
I think we're gonna have some fun.
All new 911 Lone Star, Monday on Fox.
So, I got my start in officiating when a friend told me I should try it. At first, I just did basketball, and I got hooked. Before long, I added baseball, softball, football, and volleyball. I really enjoy giving back to the game, working with kids, and working with my local association to recruit and train new officials. I would like to say to anybody that officiating is a great way to help kids and stay connected to the game. We always need new officials. There's help wanted, just listen.
At Graff Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else, peace of mind. Every Graff used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at graffokemus.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graff Chevrolet in Okemos.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's our Tracking a Trophy segment, brought to you by the Ticket Machine at the corner of Mount Hope and Hagedorn. For the best in sports and entertainment ticketing, whenever those events resume, visit theticketmachine.com. There you see Keon Coleman in Louisiana, just a short blurb, but you see the explosiveness he has, stopping, elevating, hitting a shot so smooth. He is going to be playing football and basketball at Michigan State. He's a 4-star receiver recruit, but he might be a sleeper in basketball based on his performances, and we'll get to those in just a minute. Tom Crawford, is it possible with what Keon Coleman has done that his best sport might be hoops at the collegiate level?
Well, yeah. I mean, I did some research on it, saw some pretty miraculous clips on this kid. He's a flat-out athlete. There's no question about it. And, you know, and that makes me wonder, but how do you play both sports? I mean, but the thing about it is he could, and I'm telling you why, because in one sport at the collegiate level, playing wide receiver, you can contribute early and often as an easiest position to transition from high school to football. That's why freshmen always typically play. So I think he's going to pull this thing off. He looks like a great get for both sports, Jack.
Rico, we have seen guys do this before and play more than one sport. We've seen a couple guys at Michigan State play 3 sports, but it takes a special athlete to try to do that. What does it mean that Coleman thinks that he can come out and start in football and then star in basketball?
I think it shows that he's got confidence in his ability and what he's going to do. And the fact that in his recruiting, Mel Tucker and Tom Izzo kind of tag team to make sure that he would come here. For Izzo, it's free money. You get an extra guy who can handle the rock. I mistakenly called him a shooting guard on social media, and he chimed back in and was like, nah, bro, I'm a point guard. So for Tom Izzo, that's 2 magical words to hear.
Yes.
Extra point guard, because right now you don't have any. It doesn't cost Izzo a scholarship. And yeah, as Tom says, wide receiver is one of the positions you can jump right in and play. So, it'll be he's going to have to be disciplined to do it, but he can get it done.
Rico, the Spartans got some great news this week from the transfer portal with Florida to MSU cornerback Chester Kimbrough And
Right.
that list of portal additions is growing, but is it possible that he could be as important as any new player that Mel Tucker gets?
Jack, this is probably one of the transfers that's going to come in and immediately not only compete for playing time, I think he is going to be in that starting lineup. They lost a lot of corners, whether it was through attrition or through guys leaving. You pretty much only have two guys, and in this defense, you're playing three corners at all times. It's that 4-2-5 defense. So he's coming in. He's going to play right away if healthy.
What do you make of the corner situation? You say they lost a lot of guys. We know Kalen Gervin's back and Angelo Gross is back. They have the teammates from Venice, Florida, Charles Brantley and Stephen Johnson, but it helps to have corners, especially, as you say, in that 4-2-5.
Well, what's going to happen is with Kimbrough, he's got experience playing because you don't want to have to rely too heavily on freshmen coming in. They're bringing in, I think, 5 different defensive backs in this class, but it's a position you can play early, but it's not somebody that you want to play right away. And with Kimbrough, you're allowing a veteran leadership to go out there. Plus, he's played in the SEC. He played at Florida. Hopefully, he can bring that experience here to the Big Ten and to Michigan State.
Tom Crawford, it has been a season to forget for Michigan State in football, men's basketball, and hockey. When we take a look at Michigan State's combined Big Ten records in those 3 sports, it's a combined 11-22-1. What does that performance say?
It's not good. You know, it's like you can, it's a COVID year though in sports, and you really can do the one-off thing. You're gonna have to rationalize it that way, and those sports will be back. Michigan State's got a solid athletic program, so it's a one-off. I think pretty much that's the theory I'm using for Michigan football this past year. Anyways, that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Rico, did you ever think that you would see Michigan State football 2-5 in the conference, basketball 4-8, and hockey, I believe, is 5-10-1. And this is with basketball having a game at Purdue and then home to play Illinois, then at Indiana. Doesn't get any easier. And hockey getting ready for a trip to Minnesota, the first place team in the league.
No, I didn't. I mean, for football, I kind of lowered the expectations coming in. I figured it would be bad. Tom Izzo has always told us, you know what, guys, the Final Four is not on the schedule. Guess what? I think Tom is right. The NCAA tournament is not guaranteed to be on the schedule.
We will be right back and take it to the bank segment. We're going to take a look at the Super Bowl one last time here on Press Pass.
You're up. There's an old saying, you can never have too many officials. The age of the average official is 52 and getting older all the time. We're constantly recruiting new people, younger people to join us. After you register with the MHSAA, look on the website to find an officials association near you. They'll put you in a position to succeed as an official. We all learned a lot from high school sports, and officiating is a great way to give back to the game. There's help wanted, just whistle.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
Drew Barrymore, weekdays at 9 on Fox 47 and again at 6 on My 47.
Poker Stars, the world's #1 poker site, is live in Michigan. Play poker, blackjack, roulette, and hundreds of slot games, all available now on Poker Stars. play against thousands of other players. We've got real money cash games with buy-ins at all levels. Sign up now and we'll chip in $30 free play on your first deposit. Or we'll give you a deposit bonus up to $600. Time to go all in, Michigan. Download the PokerStars app now or head to PokerStars.com for legal online poker.
Get all the books you need this winter. Saturday, February 20th and Sunday, February 21st, we celebrate our 9-year anniversary with a half-off sale. Stop in for a huge selection of paperbacks, bestsellers, hardcovers, all half off February 20th and 21st. 2 days only, half off all books at the bookshelf in Holt.
Have you experienced the comfort of a well-fitting bra? Visit Bras That Fit for the support your body deserves with sizes in stock from 32A to 54K. We carry the perfect fit for all seasons, from elegant styles to sportswear, swimwear, and more. For the perfect fit, come see us at Bras That Fit.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Take It to the Bank segment, brought to you by Dart Bank, dedicated to meeting the needs of our banking community for more than 90 years, with 4 convenient locations in Mason, Holton South Lansing, Grand Ledge, and the expanded Home Loan Center in Frandor. That's Dart Bank, for what matters most.
Tonight. Can he do it this time? Reverse his course. He's all the way back at the 30. Barrett is on him.
The least, but he kept trying to buy the time, and it's so hard to get this guy down.
Pressure again. Mahomes. Able to escape. Sue is on him. Again. Running for his life. Mahomes fell to the ground when he threw it. Mahomes circles back. On the run.
Look at that throw.
Sorry about the halts there in the video, but there were lots of halts in the Kansas City Chiefs offense. So I guess that's appropriate, guys. Tom, the Chiefs were a 3-point favorite, but you and I both thought that Tampa Bay would win with our words and or our wallets. Was this game proof once again of the difficulty of winning a game without offensive tackles, as seen by the 29 pressures of Patrick Mahomes and just 4 hurries of Tom Brady?
Well, I think Todd Bowles at DC at as far as Tampa Bay goes, he gave the formula for all of football, college football. Jim Harbaugh, look at that formula. You have put a lot of pressure on the quarterback, and you roll your safeties way back into a shell. You let him beat you. Let him go the distance and just try to knock the crap out of the quarterback or chase him and run him ragged. That's the way to do it. And regardless if they had their starting tackles, I don't think it would have made a difference. I think this wasn't a Tom Brady won Super Bowl as much as a Tampa Bay defense won Super Bowl. They were absolutely terrific.
Yeah. Tom, let me stop you right there. You had Green Bay with no offensive tackles. You had Kansas City with no tackles. That's not the way to win unless the opposing team loses their starting tackles. If both teams had their tackles, I think you're not going to bring the pressure. Now, what you can do and take from this is expose the other team's weakness, and when something starts to work, don't stop. Keep the pressure on.
This was a blowout, Rico. It wasn't a nail biter. This game was not even as close as score indicated.
We should have known
they were missing 3 offensive linemen.
I don't care.
Tom Brady with his second team going for his 7th Super Bowl in his 21st year of football. And so when does he win it? On 2/7/21, if you like numerology. Rico with the 7 rings and 10 appearances in the season's last game. Can you finally hop on board the boat and say these words? Tom Brady is the greatest of all time for all to hear. Can you say that, Rico?
Say he's too bitter. I mean, it's the winged helmet thing that he wore back in the 90s that keeps him from doing it.
Tom, don't flatter yourself. Because you want to know why? Because you guys didn't like Tom Brady when he wore the winged helmet.
That's the
so don't give me that. Oh, he wore Michigan.
Oh yeah, nobody liked him, so he didn't even go. He was there 5
Drew
years.
Henson. Everybody wanted Tom. Everybody wanted Drew Henson, and don't act like they.
Oh, that is not true.
He started 25.
He started 25
Talk
games.
about rewriting your own history. What?
It doesn't
Okay,
matter.
whatever.
I'm not into the Brady thing. I want the existing team to do good. I don't care about ex players, to be honest with you.
Hey, Tom, this is the first time in Patrick Mahomes' career at any level where he's ever worn a helmet where his team failed to generate a touchdown. When did you know for sure it was not going to be his night and it was going to be a TB12 evening?
TB12, that moment for me was after the Packers game. They won all the games on the road. I mean, they never played at home until they got to the Super Bowl in a very unique situation. They got to play at home. But I can't get over this Rico Beard denying that Tom Brady is not the greatest. He's probably are you in the top 10? You have him in the top 10. Top 10? Maybe? Or
Tom, you just talked about it. The Tampa Bay defense won that game. Let's not be. Tom Brady didn't go out there and light up the scorebook. The Tampa defense did something
he brought
no
players
one did
to him. He's an
pros
organization. He's an organization. He does so many things. He's got young guys loving this guy.
Okay.
Tampa didn't have much until he got there. Let's just say
they've been to playoffs since 2005 or whatever. This is crazy.
The Tampa offense was set up there. Jameis Winston threw for tons of yards.
They would have won. They would have won with him. This is crazy.
The last 7 Super Bowls here. And Rico, what jumps out to you?
I didn't hear the question, Jack.
What jumps out to you? The answer is every odd-numbered year is a win for Tom Brady.
Yeah.
We're talking about 15, 17, 19, and 21. All right. We will be right back in just a minute. We talk about Detroit Pro Teams up next here on Press Pass.
They say less is more, but we believe more is more. That's why we build FanDuel Sportsbook with more ways to bet, more ways to fund your account, more ways to cash in, and more ways to cash out, with payouts delivered straight to your bank account in as little as 24 hours. You want more? You got it. FanDuel Sportsbook is now available in Michigan. Place your first bet risk-free and get up to $1,000 back if you don't win.
BetRivers Online Casino is now taking bets in Michigan. Play amazing real money slots and table games right on your mobile phone. New members can get up to a $250 bonus on their first deposit. Play with a winner. Go to BetRivers.com today.
Do you need help protecting assets and applying for long-term care, Medicaid, or VA benefits? We help protect assets from nursing home expenses. Call Crenshaw Peterson today. We protect you, your family, and your wallet.
Woody's Oasis, your healthy alternative to fast food. Woody's has the best Mediterranean food in town. Stop and see Chuck and Delita. They'll make you feel like family. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff is always willing to help.
Hi, how are you doing today? Do you want to do the homemade bread with it, or did you want to do the thin bread as a side?
They'll be sure to put a smile on your face. And as lifelong supporters of MSU athletics, you never know who might stop by. Eat Woody's and live longer.
Coulda, shoulda, Woody's.
Woody's Oasis on Trowbridge Road, right next to campus.
At Graff Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else, peace of mind. Every Graff used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at graffokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graff Chevrolet in Okemos.
It's another fall Friday night, and your kids should be
playing high school football.
It's a fun game, and it's safer than ever.
It's safe because the rules, the coaching, and the equipment are better than ever before.
As a result, serious injuries are at an all-time low. Seriously.
And builds strong schools, lifetime memories, and tomorrow's community leaders. And it's mother approved.
It's a great game, and we want to teach it to your kids.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Law of the Jungle segment, brought to you by Woody's Oasis on Trowbridge Road, your healthy alternative to fast food. Eat Woody's and live longer. Stop and see Chuck, Delita, and their terrific staff for the best in Mediterranean food. That's why I'm there every week.
With 5:18 to play, and you're down 10. Spinning inside, DeLon Wright, dish to Bay for a dunk.
Smart move. I mean, these guys are coming together. You can see it. I mean, they're getting used to each other, playing off each other.
There you hear George Blaha and Gregory Kelser on Fox Sports Detroit. And you see DeLon Wright, who has nights where he looks like a really good point guard. And Saddiq Bey, he's starting to get his feet wet. He had 30 points the other night against the Celtics. And you see Isaiah Stewart doing a few things now for this team, another rookie. Do you guys see baby steps? Rico, do you see anything that tells you that this team is improving? Still one of the two worst teams in the Eastern Conference, but are the Pistons making any strides?
Jack, the strides that they're making is the fact that they still keep losing so they can keep in the lottery and hopefully get a top pick. And that's not a slam against them. You know, Troy Weaver pretty much let it be known that this is going to be a total rebuild, tear this thing down to the studs. So it's good to see the young guys like Saddiq Bey out there playing. But in essence, you actually need them to lose so that you can be in line for one of the top two picks in the next couple of years.
Tom Crawford, is it possible that if the Pistons handle the draft right, maybe get lucky with the free agent and develop these young players, including the 3 first-round draft picks they just had, that they could be the next Detroit team to play for a championship, to be in the finals of their sport sometime this century?
Well, there's not a lot to choose from, obviously, between the Tigers, Lions, Wings, and the Pistons. I don't know. Maybe it's just been my timing, because every time I missed their games against the Lakers and the Celtics when they played, they pulled off these big upsets. Whenever I'm watching them, they're down, 27 points. They look terrible. And maybe there's no atmosphere in the gym that adds to it. I don't know. I'm not seeing it happen anytime soon. I think it's going to happen with the Lions, with a coach that's got some fire to him more than it would be the Pistons.
I just think when you beat the Lakers by 15, then you go out to Staples Center and the Lakers want to get you back, and you take that game into double overtime and you lose on a bad call, and then you come back and you beat James Harden, Kevin Durant, and Kyrie Irving and the Brooklyn Nets, and then you get the Boston Celtics. That's a step. That's progress. They've been competitive in a lot of these games, but they haven't been able to win them, so it's a learning process.
Jack, it's a step. It's a learning process, but I hate to say it. Everybody plays the win-loss game, and I'm quite sure all of those teams looked at the Pistons and said, we don't have to give 100% effort tonight to beat this team.
All right, Tom, the Tigers are not shopping at the Champions store, but
no, they're not.
They did have a signing of an outfielder who's going to play a lot for them, Nomar Mazara.
Yeah.
And he had 4 straight years before this last one when he was with the Rangers of at least 19 home runs a year. And he's just coming into his prime at age 26. How much can he help?
Well, I think he's going to help a lot. I mean, when I first saw that news break, you're in a sport that's got no salary cap. $1.75 million doesn't seem like a lot of money. I think, is this guy any good? Hey, he had a bad year the last year, but it's once again go back to that topic. A COVID year, his first year with the Sox. He played with the Rangers prior to that. He's excited about AJ Hinch. He talked about that fresh start. And that's what I think the Tigers are, when you got a new manager and you got new players, and they had been building a little bit, some building blocks going. So I think he'll do well. A change of environment can go a long ways. And then a non-COVID year, maybe we can get back to traditional baseball in this 2021 campaign.
Rico, the Lions will not have Matthew Stafford. I know you're happy about that. But in terms of the staff for new coach Dan Campbell, he is adding some NFL head coaching experience with Anthony Lynn to handle the offense. And he's got Dom Capers, who's there as a special assistant. Is it possible that maybe they do a good job of drafting in the next several years with these first-round picks, that they can start to knock off some kneecaps, as Campbell promised?
Gotta hope not, because that's a 15-yard penalty and ejection. So let's hope they don't go that route, Jack. But no, I think that if they handle this right, especially with this draft coming up, if they could somehow trade that pick, that number 7 pick, and pick up more first-round picks, that could help the team out. Right now, they're sitting on 5. Maybe they could pick up extra first-round picks. Yeah. That's the best way to turn this thing around.
Well, I know you'd like him to unload Jared Goff, too, and get more picks.
Oh.
And I guess that's a possibility. We'll be right back.
Do it.
Talking about Mike Smith up next.
Let MSU FCU drive down your payment with a low-rate auto loan. For a limited time, enjoy rates as low as 1.99% APR. Visit msufcu.org to learn more.
Whether your insurance need is for business, farm and agriculture, or protecting your home and auto, experience the benefit of a local agent who cares about you with the David Chapman Agency and Auto Owners Insurance. Visit davidchapmanagency.com.
Poker Stars, the world's #1 poker site, is live in Michigan. Play poker, blackjack, roulette, and hundreds of slot games, all available now on Poker Stars. Play against thousands of other players. We've got real money cash games with buy-ins at all levels. Sign up now and we'll chip in $30 free play on your first deposit, or we'll give you a deposit bonus up to $600. Time to go all in, Michigan. Download the PokerStars app now or head to PokerStars.com for legal online poker.
Call it a sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards, because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make mid-Michigan a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
What's really important to me is being able to have a partner, and Dart Bank has been that for me. I'm Eric Nelson. I'm a managing partner here at the English Inn. I've worked with John Morris at Dart Bank to help put together multiple projects that have assisted us with growing our business and continuing to be successful.
Sports give so many opportunities to kids. It gives them an opportunity to see where they fit within a team, persevere, understanding how to work with different personalities. Those are the lessons that will make you a successful adult. As a mom, you have to have an understanding of what concussions are.
Concussions are things that are treatable. If we take care of athletes, they will be able to develop and have a long, happy, healthy life.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Value and Values segment, brought to you by the Michigan High School Athletic Association, a statewide organization with a proud history. The MHSAA supports broad-based opportunities for growth and teaches life lessons through value and values of high school athletics. Tom Crawford, we have been blessed in this area with a tremendous number of coaches who have made things better, not just for their teams, but for all of the players who've had the privilege of playing for them. And very happy to be joined this week by someone who knows all about that firsthand, Mitch Zajac. He was an incredible two-way talent at Holt High School, had a great career at Western Michigan, and going on in the coaching ranks. Mitch, congratulations on all of your work to get the Holt Rams field named Michael Smith Memorial Stadium.
Jack, I appreciate that. I'm glad to be on here with you and Tom. I'm glad to share a story about Coach Smith anytime I can.
Mitch, many of us know him and what he accomplished in Holt, where he nearly won a championship. But I think about what he did with you when you went to Eaton Rapids, a program that had never won anything. Suddenly they're in the playoffs. And then when he goes to Lansing Everett, and a situation there that a lot of people said, well, why would he ever take that job? He took that job to help kids. And did he ever?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that his body of work everywhere he's been, it really speaks to the way that he helped kids. Just as you said, yeah, we were able to do a lot of good stuff in Eaton Rapids, but his story goes back to Eaton Rapids in the '90s, Dansville, Holt, obviously in the '90s, the 2000s, playing it out or coaching at Olivet right after that, in Grand Ledge. Back to Eaton Rapids, and then into Everett. I mean, everywhere he went, success certainly followed him, and obviously he's the common denominator.
I always like to say that he took his job and his responsibility seriously, but he never got too serious about himself. He never put himself out front of the program that way. What made him so special of an influence to you?
You know, you're exactly right. He was able to really promote everyone around him in such a way that it empowered them to do great things at whatever it was that they were trying to take on. You know, whether it was coaching football, coaching tennis, being a gym teacher, being a dean of students and athletic director. You know, to me personally, he started as a coach, obviously, really a mountain of a man when I was 7th, 8th grade years old. And I was a little bit, scared of this big guy. But then as a coach for me, in 9th grade through 12th grade, and then as a friend, as a father figure, as a mentor, as a colleague, I mean, the list goes on. And I'm not alone in that. There were so many people that he affected in that way. I'm lucky. Everything I've done in my life, I attribute at least a small part of that to him.
Well, the Howell Highlanders are now the beneficiaries of all that tutelage. Tom Crawford, what do you remember about Mike Smith, the former player of Duffy Doherty and Denny Stoltz?
He made everybody feel important around them. I think Mitch talked about this on an interview I saw this past weekend. Yeah, I sat down with him at the old Holt High School in a locker room, arranging an interview with us, and we talked everything but football. We talked about teaching and just life, and I was there for an hour just to stop by and set up an appointment. Just a wonderful, wonderful man, and we all miss him so much.
Mitch, you're one of the few guys I know who has ever started both ways since his freshman year of high school. You went on a terrific career at Western Michigan when you could have gone to an Ivy or an academy, and now coaching. Can you talk about maybe one lesson that you learned from Mike?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many. The thing that I cherish the most is the interaction with people. He always used to talk about building trust and relationships with people. Yeah. He certainly taught the X's and the O's, and those things are important. But without the relationships with people that you have, it makes it impossible to accomplish any goal that you're set out to accomplish.
Thanks so much for joining us, Mitch. I really appreciate it. We'll be back with our weekly awards next.
Call it a sense of purpose, a higher calling. At Dean Transportation, we call it our passion. It's simply who we are. 60 years of pioneering the best health and safety standards because safe student transportation is essential. We are hard-working folks, connecting children to learning, schools to our communities, and you to a better career. Want to make Mid-Michigan a better place? We'll put you in the driver's seat. Join the Dean family today and help to connect our kids to brighter futures.
Anyone who's had our chicken knows it's plump and juicy. What they may not know is that it's also 100% natural.
All our chickens are certified, humanely raised, no antibiotics, on a high-quality diet of soy and grain.
Why are they called tenders?
They're called tenders because they come from the tenderloin of the breast, hand-trimmed just for colors. It's not a strip or a finger, it is the true tenderloin.
I'll put our chicken tenders up against anybody's.
That's like my Granny Franklin used to make. That's outstanding, Craig.
Welcome to Delicious.
At Graff Chevrolet in Okemos, you'll always get a great deal on a huge selection of high-quality used cars and trucks. But you'll also get something else, peace of mind. Every Graff used vehicle purchase comes with up to 6 oil changes for the first 2 years of ownership. We'll also give you free tire rotation with every other oil change. Always a great selection of used vehicles starting from $1,000 and up. Check them out at graffokemos.com. Lower your cost of ownership with our Peace of Mind program, only at Graff Chevrolet in Okemos.
The Big Ten plays here. Fox 47 is your home for Big Ten basketball. Proud partners include the David Chapman Agency. Find us online at davidchapmanagency.com. And the LaFontaine Automotive Group. Go to LaFontaine to get the family deal today. Watch Big Ten basketball all season long on Fox 47.
Welcome back to Press Pass here on Fox 47. It's time for our Cool and Smooth Weekly Awards, brought to you by 4 great Culver's locations in mid-Michigan: Okemos North and South, North Lansing, and West Lansing. Since 1984, Culver's has been delighting guests one meal at a time with scrumptious butter burgers and premium frozen custard. Swing through any Culver's drive-thru and grab your fresh favorites. That's Culver's. Welcome to delicious.
It was 20 years ago, gentlemen, 2001, and I will never forget that Sunday sitting over at Breslin Center covering a Michigan State basketball game, and we heard, did you hear Dale Earnhardt died? I said, what? I just watched that race. He just went into the wall. It wasn't a big deal. And that is indeed what had happened, and the sport of auto racing has not been the same since. Many weather delays tonight with that race, and if we're a little late joining you, that is the reason. But there are a couple of other sports personalities who are no longer with us, sports performers. And this week, Pedro Gomez, who did a terrific job for ESPN and for various newspapers, probably the #1 chronicler of Barry Bonds, passed away. And also Marty Schottenheimer. You remember Marty Ball, and he was so close with Kansas City, with the Cleveland Browns. He was so close to a Super Bowl, and San Diego never quite got there. But those sports figures will be missed. Certainly they impacted a lot of people. All right. Team 385, who has been as cool and smooth as a Culver's mint explosion this week? Rico Beard, what about our play of the week?
Jack, play of the week. The one I wanted to give it to technically didn't happen in the game, but Steph Curry has been so red hot that at the end of the game, he literally tossed it underhand and hit nothing but net as the game expired, as he's just sitting there. Now, Tom, this one's for you. Probably Cameron Brate catching the Super Bowl trophy on a boat.
Oh,
that may be the play of the day, but that's still not the play of the day. Play of the day has to be Ryan Griffin for getting a drunk Tom Brady away from all of the media. You're the backup QB, and you saved your job for next year. Way to go, Ryan.
Alcohol makes fools of us all eventually, right?
Tom, what do you have for us for a team of the week?
Team of the week, I was tempted to go Ohio State Buckeyes, but I hate Ohio State after even with their 6 straight wins and their
Michigan Wolverines.
No, not Michigan Wolverines either. I'm giving it to Nebraska Cornhuskers. They won their first Big Ten game since January of 2020. Their first D1 game this year since December, and they this week they almost beat Illinois. They lost them in overtime, and then today they had a big lead and they let it slip away, and they came back and they beat Penn State by 1. They're jumping up and down. It made me feel good for the Huskers of Fred Hoiberg.
Tom, they led by 11.
Yeah.
50-49, and then they didn't score for 8.5 minutes. 8.5 minutes.
I know, it's crazy.
They lost the lead, and then Teddy Allen kind of made that funky shot.
Yeah, it worked.
They had to hold on and block shots, and I think Penn State had 4 cracks at it at the end. They ran off the court. They were so happy. Teddy Allen just ran right to the bucket.
He did. It was playing like they won the NCAA championship. It's crazy. Had to give him team of the week.
Well, it was so strange. Rico, the Wire reports, did not credit Nebraska with winning. They said, okay, Penn State won. And they had to go back like a half hour later and say, wait a minute, who won this game? But it was 62-61 Huskers, ending that was a 27-game skid in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
For our player of the week, I was going to talk about Mitch McConnell because he's the first guy who's ever been on both teams in the same day. Now, how about Hobbs Kessler, a guy who he sets the national indoor record for the mile, 3:57.6. Congratulations.